Today I'm just going to be focusing on detail shots. So I've got my 60mm macro, I've got the long 40 to 150 zoom, and I've got my 12 to 40 zoom. Now all of these allow me to get really rather close to things. What we've got around here is an awful lot of wild garlic ransoms. They're not in full flower yet. I suppose we're probably here maybe a week early, but there's still lots of it. But the carpet is more green than it is white. It's not a bad thing because it does allow us to find really special little flowers that are isolatable in their environment. And I'm trying to find something that provides a little bit of contrast. So right down here I've got just a couple of wild garlic flowers with this lovely fallen branch running down here, which provides a really nice contrast from the green. Yeah, some lovely browns and yellows in it. And that's what I'm concentrating on. The wild garlic head is really quite prominent and quite a way above that. So with the macro lens, it allows me to really throw that branch into bokeh. Bokeh? I don't like that word, probably because I can't pronounce it. I mean, we're only talking maybe 4 inches, the difference between the flower head and the branch, but obviously the macro, 4 inches is a world away. In Woodland, the sun's either your friend or your enemy, and I think that just really depends on how much cloud cover there is, and it's coming and going quite a lot today. We've got it quite harsh again now, where it wasn't earlier, and I've already got a few shots of this, so yeah, but I haven't been down quite this close to it. In actual fact, I shouldn't really be down this close to it because it's not the shot I'm after, which probably means that my angle that I've carefully put this camera at is the wrong one, so excuse me. Just extend these just that little bit so I can get the height. Be very careful where I place it and pop that in. Oh, notice incidentally, keep the bottom kind of 4 inches of your tripod legs out if you can when you're places like this, because it stops all the muck from the beach, all the wood as we are here and such, getting into your lower sections or lower movable sections of your tripod. And on a decent tripod like this, you know, those lower sections or the lower legs are perfectly steady and stable. I've got the main background running at a diagonal through the shot, and that makes a difference to the shot, because while we are dissecting the shot, we're not dissecting it top to bottom, left to right. It's a really thick compositional diagonal going through it. It works very nicely. And now the light is such that I don't need the tripod at all. I've got the 3/20th of a second of the light. Just really lucky that the breeze just held off long enough to do that, I think. And that's a great little shot. If you like it, click the like button, that's what it's there for. Try and identify what this flower is before I put the video out, and if I work it out, I'll do a voiceover or put it up on screen. And if I don't work it out, it won't appear on screen, and I won't do a voiceover, and I want one of you to tell me. So I think I've covered all bases there. Thank you. But it is a wonderful little strawberry-like flower. It's incredibly detailed in the well, isn't every flower detailed? I suppose it's a dumb thing to say. 100th of a second. What's my ISO? I don't like this. ISO 800. But, you know, it is what it is. We've just lost light. It's down to an 80th of a second. I'm going to focus more on the back of the flower, actually, because I'm hoping that F5 will pull more of it into focus. And the sun's out again, so, yeah, we're not so concerned, but it's so dappled, it's moving around so much. I don't know whether that's worked. Heck, and lots of shots here. This really does hurt my knees. And of course I don't have to get really close to anything to get detailed shots. So I'm looking at just this little tiny clump of wild garlic over there. It's probably only one flower, one bulb. I'm at about 100 mil, 106 mil. I've got some wood background behind it as well. F4. I'm going to maybe take the focus of depth of field up a little bit on that, so f5.6, let's see. Just with a nice long lens, you don't have to be close to it. I suppose, what, 12 foot away? Yeah, I'm still getting the detail that I want, and thankfully the sun didn't come out and just completely obliterate that, which obviously does make quite a difference. This thicket area behind it, just full of wild garlic as well. It's very, very nice. I haven't found bluebells yet. I'm told there's a lot of them here in places, but the wild garlic is overtaking them as well. So let's hope that hasn't happened by the time we actually get to them, eh? Oh, on my knees. I know I said that I was interested only really in getting detail shots with the long lens and macro and the like here today, and I hope you'll forgive the inclusion of this scene, which works incredibly well. It's obviously on the edge, or beyond the edge of the wood, but we have a paddock and a field which is interspersed with dandelions. It's quite nice, lovely green and yellow. We've got a beautiful, I imagine it's an oak tree springing into life up there in the hedgerow. We've got the hedgerow itself. We've got a strip of what is it? It's rape. Further hedgerow behind, and then we've got the wonderful kind of fluffy blue textured sky. It's a really nice spring scene. I hope you like it, and as I say, I hope you forgive its inclusion in the video, because it's not what I came out for, but sometimes you just can't resist shots, and that's one of them. Keep looking for words to avoid saying I've stumbled upon or I've come across, so let's just take it to its basics. I found a large fallen branch that's just running through the undergrowth here. Running down the length of it is some dead ivy. Oh, that light. I'm not sure I can get away from it. That's a bit better, slightly dappled. Yeah, just one continuous line of ivy with its kind of fingers splayed out across it, gripping onto this trunk. There's a real detailed, real moody woodland shot in it, and you can't avoid shots like this. You've got to work them. You've got to seek them out and find that composition that really kind of works for that particular scene. Hey, you never know whether you've got the best shot, do you? So you can see I've got the camera in portrait mode. I'm looking down this branch. I'm at a 40th of a second, f11, to get quite a lot of in detail, in focus, you know what I mean? And it's very nice. The problem I'm suffering at the minute is that because there's so much light, the screen is very reflective of taking my fingerprints and such, so I can't see the damn thing. Anyway, yeah, look, I'm waffling. I'm going to take the best shot I can, and I'm going to put it up here, and I'm hoping you're going to say, wow, I like that. I said earlier that the sun is either working for you or working against you in situations like this. I didn't quite put it that way, and I don't know how I did put it. Anyway, it is. And just during the shooting of this very short clip so far, the light's changed quite a bit. It's really kind of direct up there, but we do have some cloud cover, so it's coming and going quite a bit. And I've got a shot down here of this fallen branch, which is decaying very nicely. Got the ransoms in front of it, and really close in, tight in with the long lens on the camera, and just focusing really on a relatively small section of it that looks very good when it's taken some light, because the local shade around it, you just about see it coming out now down there. The shade around it kind of creates a natural vignette. And we're into the Bluebell section of the Woodland. I say section, it makes it sound as though someone's planted it, doesn't it? But I'm sure they haven't. But the Bluebells here are really nice. They've been a bit overtaken by the ransoms in places, as someone pointed out to us earlier. But we've got these gorgeous little clump of them just down by this trunk. Nice little detailed shot. I'm not in terribly close with it. I'm about 70 mil of this distance. What am I, 5 foot, something like that. And we've got the trunk with lovely mossy kind of upstands to it as it goes into the ground, providing a nice kind of anchor for the shot. Green and blue. It's a lovely little shot. Well, I think so anyway. And let me know what you think of it. And it's up on screen now. Well, these orchids are, oh, they're just stunning. It's a shame I've got quite a breeze now, and I've had to really push my ISO up. So I'm at ISO 1250, and natively I'm only getting 100 of a second. So I took out my little LED light. You can see I'm moving around and getting a particular part of this orchid in the frame, and then just moving the light to see where I like it. They're not massively bright, as you know, but I've got it up at 100%, and it's giving me now 320 of a second from 80th. So as I'm getting really close in here, it's making a big difference. I've done many videos where I've featured these little Ulanzi LED lights. They are stunning. They are, what's that crawling up me? They are amazing things, and for only 30 quid or so will help transform certain elements of your photography and give you a real creative advantage, I think. Oh yes, that one's nice. So if I just bring that around to it, backlit a little. Now, I'm being out the freeze, I think. I say I'm being out the freeze. I think I'm freezing the action here, or the action. Saying the action when you're talking about the wind moving a flower, I think is probably a little wrong, but you know, f7.1 on this. I'm going to take this up to f11 because obviously I can't focus stack. I'm about to stop underexpose according to the meter. Unfortunately, as I've increased the concentrating on that, I lose my worms, I'm sorry. As I am increasing the aperture, obviously I'm losing shutter speed as well, so it's a bit of a problem. So I've pushed this expose or this ISO up to 1600 now, and I can probably just about get away with that because obviously there's a lot of texture detail in the flower, so fingers crossed I can lose that in the texture, and hopefully if I use DxO Pure Raw, that will smooth it out as well. Some nice shots in here. Yeah, just detail of these, just detail of these stunning little flowers. I'm not going to put all of these shots up on the video, so if you want to see these, check out my Instagram feed, which is in the link, or in the links down below, and also I'll put it on screen for you now.